Starbucks Cafe here. YouTube broadcast to the Whitehouse2 from the Whitehouse2. Response to the Whitehouse2. Response to Obama's State of Union address on Tuesday. Tell Obama about how he's going to educate, innovate, and supercompute projects idea at his Office of Science Technology, and of course, National Science Foundation funding the Columbia University EE Department of Charles Bukowski. Tell Bob Gallucci about that. Badge of honor, cut on the finger. Waterboarding, ulcers on the finger versus inside the abdomen. Tell Republican Columbia Lee Bollinger, president, free speech lawyer. Tell Howard Schultz, not Starbucks coffee was the woman in the round circle by the Starbucks planet issues. And of course, the fact of the matter here, you can tell them that there are 4 points to be told here. A lot of people like Apple Store on Lincoln Center 68 and Broadway kicked me out today by the woman called L something, like Leash, L-E-I-S-H. Another manager versus the white guy Alex. And of course she said, 15 minutes, not 1 second more. I'm going to send out my YouTube broadcast. Whitehouse2 response, they have no respect for Bob Gallucci or Whitehouse2. And of course, Starbucks Planet versus Starbucks Coffee is how to get the message across to the staff members that they are trespassing, and along with many other people behind the cash counters and elsewhere at Columbia and Princeton, Stearns, and Mitchell fired by Bob Gallucci and Obama to educate, innovate them. And his alma mater, Columbia College and Harvard Law School versus Whitehouse2. Me and the Tron Legacy Prize is not to fail this fall, and check out board executive directors and committee members by MGM, Spitzer, and of course, Posh Bob Gallucci, McCullough Foundation president. The YouTube voters should vote for it. Versus the homeless person that was in there in the bathroom in the yellow outfit. They welcome more moral ethics that Daniel Dan and Tufts University cannot live with that. And these are some of the facts that you should know about Starbucks Planet versus Starbucks Coffee. Gets the message across to Howard Schultz, CEO. That's how the woman should have in a circle. Now the fact of the matter also is that they are loitering on intelligence real estate. Doing Facebook by Mark Zuckerberg, Harvard College dropout, versus Google, YouTube. Tell Larry Page, Steve Jobs, Tim Cook of Apple, and Steve Wozniak. Woz.org says everyone is welcome, but not at Starbucks or Apple Store. An Apple Store white woman manager kicked me out saying that I was not contributing to society, not contributing to her welfare. I go there to betray her in the store because why? I go there to betray her in the store. Why? Because it's not Apple Planet, not Starbucks Planet, but their own planet. And of course, whether they contribute to jobs, and ability, potential, or wealth, but to impede others. And loitering doing useless Facebook selling of Apple laptops, iPhone 4s. And that's why they're loitering on real estate of intelligent people, like they do to UFOs and intelligent people around the universe. It became, as independence film Will Smith many decades ago showed, continues in the 21st century. New York City's capitalism, world capital, and its test tube from McCullough Foundation to report on the State of the Union of the world, its capital of the world, New York City, how these people are uncompassionate, unconstitutionalist, and contribute nothing. If as a member of a store that has a lot of profit versus your own home, you cannot contribute because you are cheap in your own home, and you still cannot contribute empty airspace and free Wi-Fi without costing you any extra, doing stuff for Apple headquarters. That's why you tell Steve Wozniak, tell Jobs and Cook to put my iPhone 4 and iPod Touch, latest generations on spatial server priority speed and secure command lines against its own headquarter hackers. And of course, the fact of the matter is that you should also tell Sprint Heads work on Wi-Fi, MiFi, Whitehouse2 hub issues, and thirdly, tell the other people at Larry Page, I kept on saying Larry Page, new CEO of Google, to work on the spatial server speeds of Google, YouTube broadcasts, and processing video speeds for YouTube and other issues that iPhone 4 might not be able to handle, but can be downloaded to Google's fastest server priority servers for his own executive researchers and executive committee members such as Brian Page. And tell Wozniak that that's why he should tell Starbucks Planet, Howard Schultz, that not everyone is welcome, like his organization, WOZ.org. Go to his website, and that's the disappointment for Apple Store, where as a co-founder and a real engineer of Apple computers, he cannot tell Jobs and Cook in the Apple Stores at Lincoln Center 68 and Broadway. The fact of the matter is that they don't welcome me. That the fact of the matter, they're snapping their fingers about making money. The fact of the matter, they don't welcome me and my ideas, nor do they have any intention to donate any ideas for free. They had the ability to. And it shows you in the greatest test tube MacArthur Foundation report for strong legacy policy on planet Earth versus UN or the White House reports. And other foundations, Carnegie, Ford, and Rockefeller all fail. Capitalism will show you how these stores continue kicking me out for ulterior motives. Besides, it's for pay. While you're wasting electricity with all those terminals turned on, free Wi-Fi, and free internet connection to old Apple stores. And I'm not wasting money, but you are. And you are nothing but trespassing and loitering on real estate of intelligent people who don't understand the facts of Bible, facts of science and math, nor respect it, nor do you understand the fact, or fiction, fictional Bible, respect it, or the facts of science and math, no respect it. You respect no facts of science and math, you respect no fiction, Bible study groups. And you understand neither fictional Bible study groups for generations to come. You understand no facts of science and math. And you have no responsibility, and you're just a joke. And yet you keep upon arrest from handles and kicking people out like bacteria that has to rule even when it comes to its own demise in the end inside your body. And that's moral and ethics revealed. The report on planet Earth by MacArthur Foundation Strong Legacy Genius Prizes versus UN report. I cannot and will not say that was Secretary General Moon, Korean guy from Harvard Kennedy School of Government. And of course you can tell Lawrence Summers at Harvard Kennedy School of Government. Tell Bob Gallucci and MGM and Elliot Spitzer, CNN Attorney General of Whitehouse2, Mr. Spitzer, I met at Princeton University a couple of years ago and spoke to him at some time, along with Senator Frist, which are the leader of the Senate back then. And of course, Howard Schultz should be Starbucks plant, not Starbucks coffee. Tell him to put his words where his mouth is. It's more than the people behind the counter, like us. Besides loitering on real state of intelligence and doing nothing useful, generating no knowledge, and of course, supporting no knowledge generators like us by impeding and throwing more than apples and oranges at it, and calling people garbage and throwing them out as criminals, crooks, as they were stealing versus contributing to the headquarters of Apple. It's a perfect example. How the UN and the White House reports have failed. And the UNICEF message to CWE funded by Bob Gallucci and Tron Legacy Prize Zone Executive Committee and Committee Board members have failed in September 2010. And YouTube voters should tell them taxpayer dollars can be better spent on my Manhattan Project, physics project at CWE than tax cuts to the rich that provide no new jobs. And the final point I wanted to say, stores cannot contribute to people's airspace and Wi-Fi. How can they do it at home? Where's compassion constitutionalist? That's where Larry Tribe at Harvard Law School, University Professor in Oxford Press book is more than wrong. And of course, finally, the fourth point here is that ideas do not get welcome. It's money to the store. If you contribute ideas to Apple, the cyclical value of HP is being destroyed by a woman prostitute, porn star, and a stupid board director. You can tell the board director member that fired him, HP CEO Mark Hurd, that Apple now is in position to be the Silicon Valley of Stanford University's icon, replacing HP as Stanford's icon. And the fact of the matter is, tell Wozniak that everyone's welcome. He needs to tell Apple Store and the white woman manager needs to go tomorrow. Don't show up like Alex, white wireframe manager. Because they dishonor the website woz.org, woz.org. The co-founder will search for ET signals and support SETI funding, search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And of course, the long shot, you can tell him to support my iOS 4.3 request, power processing, CPU, GPU, and other issues, offloading to Apple secure servers for faster processing when the speed is not enough for iPhone 4 iPod Touch, and of course, to solve my iTunes Apple Store problems that have been since 2 weeks before Christmas, as Harvard, MIT, and Good MIT Physics and Sprint has the CEO has witnessed. Mr. Steve Jobs has failed on the front page of the New York Times today. Japan is failing compared to Korean and Chinese. 30-year-old auto engineer in biofuel cannot get a permanent job at a major Japanese auto company on the first page of the New York Times today. That's why Japan is failing, because it's crushing its young people like Columbia, Princeton, Stearns, and America. And tell Obama he needs to start with his alma mater. Columbia College, out-educate, out-innovate them. Out-produce supercomputing ideas. And how? By getting the CWE funding. One way or another is how he can show how he can out-innovate and out-educate. That's the White House 1 responsibility, Bob Gallucci versus White House 2. And that's why NYPD, Mr. Mede, MEDE, the black African cop at number 12242nd Street, Riverdale, at Spitzer Horaceman High School stop in the Bronx, last stop, ambushed me at 3 o'clock in the morning when the trains were shut down. I had to take a piss in the empty station on the tracks where no one saw, but he 20 yards ran away to come and, of course, sent me to the precinct for 5 hours to sit there before he gave me a violation ticket that he could have given to me along with the precinct, Mr. Rosenberg.